Kebab costs $1. They accept US dollars and Iraqi dinar here. So it's pretty decent, isn't it? Nice kebab, nice salad, a bit of water. Hello, Lalish? Lalish? Okay, we're coming up to Lalish. Oh, there it is. It's like an old temple area in the mountains. Army just told me to take off my shoes. So So we're in Lalish, which is an old temple complex, about 4,000 years old, made by the Yazidi faith. Well, I'm heading on over to Erbil, which is the capital of this region. I did want to do some wild car camping, but there's just too many army around. It's not going to be chilled out, really. I didn't expect it to be so. Well, I mean, they are in active conflict with their neighbours, but this land isn't disputed. But there's too much. There's too many people in uniforms hanging around checkpoints, and I wouldn't be comfortable finding a random turn off to camp. So heading straight to the capital, I think. Well, Lalish was nice, but it was a bit busy, and just walking around in cold, muddy socks is just not very nice. So, yeah. Rolling on into Erbil. Well, it's massive and it's busy, smoggy, crowded. I don't know where an appropriate area is to base myself this evening, but I'm just going to find the nearest park up because I want to be off the road. So awkward with there's army checkpoints around, and like if I don't have an answer as to where I'm going, unfortunately. Or is this an airport or something? It's seriously noisy. Some industrial air conditioning unit. I can't stay here. This is by far the worst place I've ever visited for car camping. Let's see what's going on. Well, this is like the Ramada Overflow Hotel car parking area. I don't know what there is in this area. Well, it's £120 a night at the Ramada. Well, I don't really like staying in managed car parks unless I've got a deal with the guards. And this one is very well lit as well, which we don't like either. So I have found a better spot on my walk this evening. Well, the private security at the hotels are just allowed to carry automatic weapons, and it's quite unnerving. You don't want to use your side of the road, love? I mean, I don't mind a bit of traffic, to be honest, as long as I've got peace of mind here. Well, they've got a nice big park here, and yeah, very big. Might be the only chance I get to escape traffic here because there are cars everywhere. But toilets as well there, open from 6 AM, which is handy. Didn't make it there this morning though, unfortunately. I had to do an early morning Dorney in the old Central Reservation. Which compared to my other options at the time was such a relief. And actually they've cleared the middle of it and it's quite nice in there. Once you get in there, it's like your own little woodland retreat. It's lovely. But yeah, that's just first night in a big city. There's going to be some collateral. But I'm off to the hammam now, which if you don't know is like the Turkish steam sauna bath, which should be nice after quite a busy week of travel. So yeah. Well, I've had my first viral hit on YouTube. My video about living in my car in winter has attracted over 100,000 views at the time of recording. So my subscriber count has jumped quite significantly recently, which brings with it certain issues. You know, my first 1,000 subscribers, they would just come in, ones and twos, quietly entering, just take their time, have a look around and think, yeah, it's all right here, and just sit quietly at the back. This new lot have just burst in, watch a minute of video and just start barfing their opinions all over the comments section, and it's just getting really annoying to read through. They're triggered by my gas stove heating arrangement. Like, you need to use hand warmers, you should use an electric blanket, an electric heater, Mr. Buddy heater, candles, all this stuff. Like, you're gonna get carbon monoxide poisoning, you're gonna die. It's like, I've got a carbon monoxide alarm, and I keep the place well ventilated. I'm not going to get carbon monoxide poisoning. And the point of that heater is I only need it for like a week, a year, carrying around this huge inventory of their suggestions, like I'm somehow even going to be able to source all that stuff in Turkey and Georgia. So annoying. And then I was getting told, like, they saw condensation. These aren't people that use these things, by the way, that live in their vehicle and use these things. They've just seen something and just decided to tell me about it. But yeah, two suggestions I got for condensation on the windows. I should use a bowl of salt, as if like waking up to a wet bowl of salt that I'll then have to empty and refill every day is better than condensation on the windows, which cleans off very easily with a towel. It's not a problem. And then bubble wrap on the windows, as if like I can just keep a big roll of bubble wrap in my car, and as if it's going to solve the condensation problem. I'm not going to have to start the day by drying a wet roll of bubble wrap and putting that away. But anyway, was that my point? Was that it? Well, yeah, I think that was my point. I'm off to the Oh yeah. Okay, well, this is, in case you didn't realise, this is a travel diary. You don't get to intervene. I shouldn't even be talking to you right now, really. It's breaking the fourth wall. So just chill, all right? And if you picked up someone's diary and you read like, oh, I left home and went to meet friends, you wouldn't start writing like, did you lock the front door? And all this stuff. Like, I'm not going to explain all my systems. Just don't worry about it. It's fine. I've thought everything through. I'm having a good time. I don't need any suggestions. I have had one. Out of all the advice I've received in the comments, only one has been like vaguely useful and that I hadn't heard of already. And I forget her name, but she said if I was boiling eggs and they were kind of bursting, and she said if I just pricked the eggshell with a knife, that would relieve the pressure in the egg and they wouldn't burst when they boil. So that was quite interesting, but not worth reading through all the rest to find. But thank you for that, whoever you are. And yeah, that's it. Now off to there now. New part of town, and there ain't much parking. Can I squeeze in this spot? Probably not. Oh, here we go. Well done, sir, well done. Over by the bins, it's fine. Assalamualaikum. Well, I won't spend a better £3 in Erbil this trip than the hammam. You get your own private little bathing area with hot tap, and yeah, in Turkey it's all open, whereas it was nice here to have a little private space for the morning. But now back on the roads, so I just want to find somewhere to park. I've got no idea. Alright, this is nice. This is very nice relative to the rest of it. I've just bailed out of Erbil. Not in the mood for it right now. It's just a little bit hectic in there. I'll just find somewhere quiet to park up. I can just have some peanut butter and a nap. A little bit of shade as well, a bit of breeze. Some bloke at the hammam who was like really hairy, had a full rug, was like trying to talk to me, like doing that with his chest hair. I was like, alright mate, yeah, you're hairy. And then I realised he was making a remark about my pink shirt. I don't think he liked it very much. This is the first real chill time I've had in the car in Erbil, so it's nice. This is what I live for. Well, to be deep in Kurdistan and still have this little quiet area that I can just relax and enjoy the afternoon sun, it's exactly what I was hoping for. Even when I left Georgia when it was really cold, that was one of the reasons why I came down here, just because the weather is just, I'd kind of had enough of winter. So a couple of days driving and it's going to be like this for the time being, so it's worth it today. I'm glad I didn't bother forcing out a city walk. This is much nicer. Some great Kurds here. Assalamu alaikum. Winston Churchill here. See, the presence of this is a really great thing for my trip, to have somewhere I can park in the day. Unbothered, unmolested. Just hang out. What's that? Let's go. Well, things are really looking up for my stay in Erbil. Just the fact that I found some spots away from traffic, good daytime hangouts. That's tyre pressure, by the way, if you're wondering. Got to get it sorted. I've had a look, they're not too bad. Not too bad. So this park doesn't close till midnight, so I can just hang around here until it closes, and then find somewhere more secluded to sleep. Car park's emptied out, unfortunately. If this was Turkey, they'd be still packed in the park, but I don't particularly like being in big car parks alone. It's a bit conspicuous, so I'll be moving on shortly. This is nice. Very nice. Well, it still gets cold at night, but it's quite nice after a warm day. Double sleeping bag, but still t-shirt, pyjama bottoms and no socks, which is always nice. So yeah, bit of traffic, but it's Erbil, isn't it? It's everywhere. Well, this was a great car park until about 15 minutes ago when this car drove up and an army bloke got out. Not an army, just like security guy in green uniform. And it was like he got out of his car and started looking in the cars around him. I was like, oh god. So I just hid in the back, and luckily he glanced over at my car but didn't come over to look. So it's It's only 7:30 now. I was a bit too relaxed in here. You got to keep one step ahead and just keep moving on. Yeah, this army. This is like an army car park. Oh, great. There he is. Just a random uniformed bloke. But it's great to have a little toehold in Erbil. Just a few spots now that I can work with. Good daytime hangouts at the massive car park, and then a good nighttime spot. So I'm up and running. Once I explore the city a bit more, get a few more spots, it's all good. Just got to stay disciplined, stick to my training, don't get complacent. Okay, time to head into Erbil on foot, have a look at the citadel, and hopefully find some other parking spots on my way in. Try.
ولی خوش ولی اصلی یک تنزيلات انواع بلوز يكون شيء 10000 تنزيلات بلوز 7000 انواع بلوز يكون شيء
قديم نبارك كلنا كريستياني ده
انا مكان ما اقدر احكي بعدين اخبر انه حاضر.
क्या कहने को बिरा شو الطراوه قطع الزول
Well, that was a tiring but fun afternoon walking around the streets of the old citadel. And it is nice to be somewhere so foreign but still feel comfortable. No one bothers me, no one stares at me. I mean, the girls do still stare at me, but that's not because I'm foreign. They don't have water around here in Kurdistan, like street water, like taps like they have in Georgia and Turkey. So I'm gonna go find some now. Pour this in here. Well, I must pay tribute to this Sea to Summit water bladder. I mean, these plastic holdings are like welded on and they're still holding up so well. I mean, it's not designed to be suspended like this and like trekked around the world, but it's just so strong. And I wouldn't be able to do this without it. I'd need a roof box because there's nothing else like this that just can hang from the sea. And look at the colour of it, it just fits perfectly here. It's not the easiest thing to get on there. Not bad, not bad. So this is its native strap here, the thin one, and I took this just from my pantry bag and just used it on the other one just to kind of reinforce it. And I use this thicker strap underneath just so this doesn't dig in too much to the top of the seat. So it just, I mean, it's just a great use of car camping. It's just about using the strength and whatever's available in the car and using this nice strong seat here to suspend this is just it's just a great feature. Now, if you've ever tried British strawberries, you'll know that nothing else compares, but let's have a try. Not bad. I could do with giving these a wash. So they're in that rather chaotic market. A few ballons of paint here. Okay, the army people have left this car park. It's got a huge verge on it. It's the only car park in Erbil without private security and army people.